Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our Rasikas and viewers from across the globe. This is Swati Vasudevan from the Sur Darbar team coming back to you with another episode of Devi Kshetra Anubhavam. For those of you that have been traveling with us for the last few days, I hope you've been enjoying visiting different temples in different parts of India. Today, we are going to take you to a very, very beautiful temple in the south part of India that needs really no introduction. For those of you that are watching us for the first time, this is part of a 10-part Navratri series that Sur Darbar has been doing in collaboration with Dr. Vijayalakshmi Subramaniam and her students from around the world. This experience of different Devi Kshetrams has taken us to different parts of India. And today we are going to travel to yet another temple, listen to the experiences, the legends, the architecture, the beautiful sculptures, and of course, the music of this very special temple. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. Vijayalakshmi Subramaniam, who is an eminent musician based out of Chennai in India. She has been a performing artist as well as a research scholar for over 4 decades, and we are very glad to have her on this episode of Kshetra Anubhavam series, where we will be taking you to the temple town of Sri Rangam. Vichika, welcome back. Today, are you ready to go to Sri Rangam?
Absolutely, Swati, and namaste to all our Rasikas, our viewers. And we do hope we've been very motivated by the feedback we've been getting about their virtual tours with us, and delighted to take everyone with us to Sri Rangam today.
Thank you, Vichika. Thank you for joining us. Take it away.
Well, the interesting thing is in the Vaishnava community, when you say Kovil without qualifying it, that means Sri Rangam. Periya Kovil means Sri Rangam. And in the Shaiva tradition, when you say Kovil, it means Periya Kovil, which is the Brihadishwara temple in Tanjavur. So Sri Rangam is Periya Kovil, and it is Bhuloka Vaikuntha. And it is the most important temple in the Vaishnava tradition. And it has seen great scholars starting from Nathamuni and Yamunacharya, and then on to Sri Ramanuja. And it has a very holy tradition, rich philosophy, rich in scriptures, rich in all ways. And it is also a fiscally rich temple. It's
Of
a very
course.
rich temple with all the gold, and a materially rich temple.
Of course.
And the very interesting legend about the Vigraham there is that, during the Sagar Mathanam, when everything came out with the Amritam, this Vigraham also is supposed to have come out from there. And it was there in Swargaloka for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ikshvaku Maharaja is supposed to have brought it down to earth to Ayodhya.
Mm-hmm.
And Ikshvaku Maharaja was the one was the one who began the Ikshvaku lineage, to which Lord Rama belonged. And so that is how this Vigraham came down to the earth. And then Sri Rama gave it to Vibhishana on his way to Sri Lanka.
Yes.
And then the story goes that Vibhishana set the Vigraham on the ground, and then the Lord did not want to move from there. He would not move from there.
Mm-hmm.
And Vibhishana was devastated because he was supposed to take him with him to Sri Lanka.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Lord says, I will be here facing south so that I can always see you.
Beautiful.
And it's a very beautifully located temple. It is at the convergence of two rivers. The Kaveri and the Kollidam. And I mean, today the Kaveri is so sparse, with the water that it carries. There were times when these rivers were in spate, and there are legends around that. There's a very beautiful reference to this in Arunachala Kavi's composition.
I see.
He says, Ambal Puta Shaya Paruvata Maduvile Avatarita Iranda Naduvile Yen Palli Kundir Ayya Sriranganathare Neer ஏன் பள்ளி கொண்டீரையா ஆம்பல் பூத்த ஷய பருவத மடுவிலே அவதரித்த இரண்டாற்று நடுவிலே இரண்டு ஆற்று காவிரி
ஆற்று நடுவிலே. Right. And such a
So
beautiful composition has also been taken in dance, and I remember how you depict the two rivers in the dance as well. Thank you for sharing
right. So Pallikondar Ranganathar, and of course Mahalakshmi here is she represents the feminine energy of the universe, the entire femininity of the universe, and she has a separate beautiful Sannidhi here. And the fascinating thing about Devi here is that she never steps out of the temple.
I see. Okay.
Any festival, anything, Lord Ranganatha will go and see her. And she has to give him audience. She doesn't move out of the
Sannidhi.
Sannidhi. And Lord Ranganatha is supposed, this place was very rich in earlier times, very rich with a lot of gold and jewels and everything. And of course, it attracted the Mughal armies like a magnet. And there was this Malik Kafur, who was one of the very savage attackers. So, however, when all this happened, they were very worried for the Moola Vigraham. So they created a wall, and Ranganatha was taken away from the Ranganatha temple in Srirangam.
Oh, okay.
And he traveled for 48 years before he came back to Srirangam.
Oh my goodness, that I did not know this part of the story.
Yes. And he stayed in Melkote for about 14 years and many other places. And it was such a, trying time for these people, because it was only through word of mouth they would get to know where the soldiers were, where they had to hide, which route they had to take. So it was very, very turbulent times. And there's another very, very funny, not funny, but very intriguing story about how this other Ranganatha Vigraham got taken to Delhi, and apparently the daughter of the Sultan fell in love with the Vigraham.
Yep.
Now, when Srirangam, the priests came to know, they went to Delhi and pleaded with the Sultan and brought the Vigraham back. And this girl didn't know because she had been in sleep. And she was so tortured, and she said, I cannot stay without my beloved. And she comes here. And that legend has been immortalized in Srirangam, where there is a separate Sannidhi for her. She's called Bibi Nachiyar, or she's also called the Tulka Nachiyar.
Yes.
No, we don't really know all the actual details of the story, but it's fascinating how this kind of divine love really transcends, religion or anything,
Right.
And the part of the story that I found funny was that the Nevedyam to the Tulka Nachiyar, who's from Delhi, is chapati and butter.
I've heard about that story. Yeah. So, I mean, it is whatever we want to offer, right? Some people say, my kids will say, why can't we offer the avocado to the Lord? That is also a fruit. But we have been raised
Why not?
Right? We have been raised to say certain fruits are okay with certain gods, but it is whatever we offer with devotion, I think will be well received by the deity.
No, I think the fact that she was from the north kind of made it very thoughtful on their part to be offering her chapatis.
That's a good one. Really good one.
There's another very fascinating story about Tyagaraja here.
Okay.
Of course, these are not yet, we haven't yet come to the compositions on Devi, but Tyagaraja, he has composed the Sri Rangam Pancharatnam
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and, you know, O Rangashai, Raju Vedala, Juta Murare, all lovely, lovely compositions. So story goes that when Tyagaraja came to have his darshan of Lord Ranganatha, he was out in a procession and he was not in the temple. So Tyagaraja follows the procession and he goes, and it's very, very crowded. And you know how they stop every few meters, they rest the Vigraham, they do Kalpurarti and Nevidyam, and then proceed again. So it happens that at one spot, when they stopped and then they want to resume the procession, they are unable to lift up the Vigraham of the Lord. So the people from the temple are completely flabbergasted. They don't know what's happening. They don't know why this is happening. And repeated attempts, and they're unable to lift the Lord off the ground. And then the head priest, he goes into a trance and he gets a message from the Lord saying, Tyagaraja is here in the audience, in the crowd. Call him. I want to have a darshan of Tyagaraja. What kind of validation is that for Tyagaraja's bhakti and
Mm-hmm,
his
mm-hmm.
musicality? And then he sings it in Aurangashahi, beautifully Tyagaraja sings. भूलोक वैकुण्ठम् इदीयनि भूलोकम्. So Tyagaraja says in the song, Sri Rangatla, Bhuloka Vaikuntham, if you think this is Vaikuntham and you are just relaxing and enjoying your time with Mahalakshmi, when will you take care of us? Very beautiful compositions.
Very, very nice. Yes.
Raju Vedal Juta Murare Kasturi Ranga Raju Vedal. Devagandhari is a very popular composition. Vinadana Manavi. So many other compositions.
Oh,
And
Sri
of
Rangam has
course,
a wealth of compositions, of course.
Dikshitar's masterpiece, Ranganayakam.
Mhm.
Ranganayaki Sametum Shri Ranganayakam. One of the shlokas that epitomizes the beauty and the persona of Mahalakshmi. I'd just like to sing that verse for you. Lakshmim Kshira Samudra Rajatanaya Shri Rangadhameshwari Dasi Bhuta समस्त देव वनिता लोकैकदीपाङ्कुरम् श्रीमनोमन्दकटाक्ष लब्धविभवद्ब्रह्मेन्द्र गाधरा त्रैलोक्य कुटुम्बिनी सरसिज त्रैलोक्य कुटुम्बिनी सरसिज वन्दे 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 मुकुन्द प्रिय वन्दे मुकुन्द प्रिय
Love listening to that.
It's just reflecting of how mesmerizing the Mahalakshmi in Srirangam is.
Mm-hmm.
And today I have a very, very beautiful, a very leisurely, relaxed composition on Mahalakshmi, a composition of Dikshitar in a very rare raga, Mangala Kaishiki.
Wow, I'm so glad you picked that composition. It is indeed one of my favorite. You know that very well. It is such a meditative composition, in my opinion. But I'll let you share more about it. Thank you for picking this composition. I'm excited.
Yes. Well, he refers to Mahalakshmi as the daughter of Bhrigu Muni. So he calls her Shri Bhargavi. So he refers to her as Bhargavi here. And as with the intellectual sophistication of Dikshitar, the way he brings in the Raga Mudra, मदन गुरु मानिनी मम मनसि तिष्ठतु मधुकर विजय मंगल कैशिका निवसतु सदन मध्ये मंगल कैशिका निवसतु. And the Madhyama Kala Sahityam is outstanding in this. And he just traverses the octaves also. Padanayananakaranalini. Swaraksharam there. Padanayananakaranalini. Paramapurusha Hari Pranayini. Madana Kamala Guru Gungadharani. Shwaranuta Ranganath Ramani Shri. The Dharanishwara, my goodness, I can never sing that without getting goosebumps.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Padanayananakaranalini Paramapurusha Hari Pranayini Madana Kamala Guru Gungadharani Shwaranuta Ranganath Ramani Shri Bhargavi. An amazing composition.
Amazing composition. Let me share with you something that happened with this composition. Last year or a year before that, if you remember, Sindhu performed at the Mahalakshmi temple in our village in Kerala. And when she sang this particular composition, at the end of it, there were two elderly women who came to Sindhu and said, "Can you please repeat the Madhyama Kalam again for us?" And they were standing, and we could feel tears was rolling down one of their eyes, and I felt like they had never apparently heard this composition before. So they came back and said, "We've never heard this ragam, never heard this composition. It was beautiful." So you see, it has that ability to move people with the words, like you said, the way he has used the raga mudra, the way he has used the words to explain the Devi.
Well,
it is a
very clearly, very, very, very discerning listeners. How wonderful to have people like that in the audience. And in fact, this is a composition that was very close to my Guru Sri Rajam sir's heart. And he would say some compositions are just to be sung in that meditative frame of mind,
It is.
And so truly it is so. And rendering this for us today is Vidya Lakshmi from Chennai.
Wonderful. I'm so glad that we picked this composition. It is definitely one of my favorites. of Dikshitar's and S. Rajamayar's version is definitely very, very beautiful. So thank you, Vijika, for such a lovely, travel and celebration of the Mahalakshmi at Sri Rangam. It is not a temple that needs a lot of introduction, but I'm sure there's so many, unique things about this temple that I'm sure our audiences would have picked up from this episode. So thank you for taking us to Sri Rangam and helping us celebrate another Devi today. With all of our viewers watching us from around the globe, I want to say thank you on behalf of Sur Darbar and all of our audiences for such a wonderful session. We'll be back with another Kshetra Anubhavam series. Thank you, Vijika.
Thank you, Swati. See you tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Shri Bhargavi Bhadram me Dishatu Shri Bhargavi Bhadram me Dishatu Shri Bhargavi Bhadram me Dishatu Shri Ranga Dhameshwari Shri Bhargavi Bhadram me Dishatu Shri Ranga Dhameshwari Shri Bhargavi Bhadram me Dishatu Shri Ranga Dhameshwari Saubhagyam Lakshmi Santatam Mamavatu Saubhagyam Lakshmi Santatam Mamavatu Sakala Lokajanani Vishnu Mohini Saubhagya Lakshmi Santatam Mamavatu Sakala Lokajanani Vishnu Mohini Shri Bhargavi Bhadram me Dishatu Shri Ranga Dhameshwari Madana Guru Manini Mama Manasi Tishtatu Madana Guru Manini Mama Manasi Tishtatu Madhukara Vijaya Mangala Kaishika Nivasatu Sadana Madhye Madana Guru Manini Mama Manasi Tishtatu Madhukara Vijaya Mangala Kai वसतु सदा न मध्ये महालक्ष्मी सदा विहरतु सामजहे मकुम्भ स्मापिता विजयतु पदनयनाननकरणिनी परमपुरुष हरिप्रणयिनी पदनयनाननकरणिनी परमपुरुष हरिप्रणयिनी वदन कमल गुरुगुहधरणीश्वरनुदरङ्गनाथरमणी श्री पदनयनाननकरणिनी परमपुरुष हरिप्रणयिनी वदन कमल गुरुगुहधरणीश्वरनुदरङ्गनाथ रमणी श्री भार्गवी भद्रं मे तिष्ठतु श्रीरङ्गधामेश्वरी श्रीरङ्गधामेश्वरी